All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning on this Monday morning, Martin Luther King Day. We're so excited that you all have joined us. And if you're new to our team, on behalf of all of us, we want to say welcome. My name is Brittany Francis, and this is Rick Francis. So there's the
Good morning.
sun. The sun always goes in his eyes. We thought it was going to be better at this time, but it's not. It's not. So, anyways, good morning, everybody. We are so excited that you all have joined us. We are just a group of family members that really just want to change the world together with this technology called LifeWave. And we just know that if we all lean in together, then that we are going to be able to impact lives in a major, major way. So what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to share our screen and we're going to get going. This is the Brooks and Francis Organization Monday morning meeting. So Dr. Tori and Michelle, Rick and I, we're all of your team leaders. We're just so excited. So you guys are at the right place at the right time. We want all of you all to know that, especially if you're new. Every single person is going to be utilizing this technology. So you have to picture that this is Microsoft or Apple. You have your hands on this company, and it's really going to be up to you on who's going to hear about this technology. So on Monday mornings, we get together to give you guys tools, to give you guys the schedule for the week of opportunity calls that you can plug people into, and just little treasures along the way. So it's just going to be a really great morning.
This is it.
This is it.
Wow.
This is it. Okay, so here is your live schedule. This is a live schedule. We're going to go over the recordings with you all, but these are the live presentations this week, and we're really excited because we're adding in training treasures on Thursday. And Michelle, I just put training treasures. I don't know, treasures Thursday I thought was great too, but so everyone knew what this was going to be. And so I put that, but whatever we need to change it to. Tonight, Mark Delgado will be doing the presentation. He's very, very good. So he actually has a roofing company. So he does, multiple things. He believes in multiple streams of income, and his presentations are very good. So he will have one or two testimonies on live testimonies. Uh, Tomorrow at 1 o'clock is going to be Nurse Patty Glick. Load the women on. Load the women because Patty brings it. She is so good. She's going to bring great. What are you doing over there? She's going to be bringing great assets tomorrow and great testimonies, and she's going to be bringing her medical background. So if you know any nurses that you say, you know what, we have something very special in our hands, and I want you to look at this. She's going to do a killer presentation and she's going to talk about multiple streams of income. And so, those of you that are in the medical field, it's going to be very helpful. And then there's the directors and above champion makers will show you that text number that you text once you hit director. And then opportunity call. Carrie's going to do great. She's a little bit longer. So just know it's going to be probably about a 35 to 40-minute call. And then Michelle and Dr. Tori, do you want to share what will be happening on Thursdays?
Okay, yes, he's not here right now. We are all in the middle, we're in the middle of moving. So we're trying to get ready for our yard sale. So he's putting some stuff together, but he is going to be training on how to use AI and how it can help you with your business. So I had a brand partner ask me, she was going to post something on social media and she asked me, is this okay? All I did was grab it and I put it in my AI that you clone it to yourself. So you can upload the compliance for LifeWave, the FDA approvals, all of it. So you upload it. And so I just uploaded what she gave me, and AI took basically what she said, kept it personal to who she is, but made it compliant. And so it's going to be an amazing training. He took a 4-day course on it. So
Yes. So this is going to be huge because Dr. Tori and Michelle are building a massive organization. And he was telling Rick and I about AI and how he uses it. And as you guys know, Rick and I use it a lot, right?
Rick.
Rick doesn't use it. That's not true. Rick is scared of it. But that's our goal is to not be scared of this technology, right? Because we get a lot of phone calls along the way of, is this going to work? Is this going to be, and what's interesting is that the app, Michelle, is not always compliant. Not yet. They're training the app. And so this is going to really help you all, LifeWaves app. So this is going to train you all to be ahead of the curve. And that's the Brooks organization, the Francis organization. What you're going to see with like the link tree and everything is we're just trying to get you guys ahead of the curve so that there's never any surprises, if that makes sense. So that is our goal. So, oh, I'm so excited. So thank you, Michelle. We're so ready for that. So make sure that your team is on if they can be on. And then Fridays, there are no more business opportunities on Fridays. Why? Because you can easily make a phone call, and we're going to show you where you can grab those presentations. You can easily make 5 phone calls on a Friday, or 6 or 4, 3, whatever your daily method of operation. Ours is 10, to say, hey, we want you to jump on this call. This was just done this last week, and I think that you're going to absolutely explode. When you do that, then you don't need the live Zooms all the time, right? So it's a great reminder. Saturday morning is going to be a team training on scripts. And so Thursday night, I think, Michelle, if we can also train on scripts, because I know that their scripts are going to be a little bit different on Saturday than ours. Just to how to plug into AI and ask them how to speak to specific people. That would probably be good because we just want to make sure that everybody is ready to go. Whenever you say, I don't know what to say to this person or that person, we want you guys to be trained up. So make sure that your new brand partners are on that as well. And then the Sunday night champion makers, if you choose to get on that, that's always awesome. But we always review whatever was said on Sunday nights. And then we will also come to you and say, hey, this was something that was really good. You need to go back and listen or whatever that is. So, Michelle, did we miss anything there?
Nope, I think that looks good.
Okay. And remember, guys, these you do not have to be on because we get text messages all the time saying, do we need to be on these? No. The red ones are your trainings. Okay. So the more trainings you plug into, the hotter your business. The more people on your team that you plug into the trainings, the hotter their business, which means the hotter your business is. But these are opportunities, and so we want to remind everyone that these are just simply what?
And you could invite guests.
Oh, and Testimony Tuesday. That's such a good point. So Testimony Tuesday, we do want you to be on if you can. You can invite guests if you can't be on, but bring your testimony. This last week was so fire, and it was on our YouTube channel. So you can always grab that after, but man, bring your testimony because that brings hope to others. And then once you're a director, you want to text this number and you get to be on the leadership call of Danny and Diane's. There's going to be a leadership retreat coming up for directors in, we believe, April. And so as soon as we know the exact date, we'll let you guys know. But this is big. Let's get every single person to director, and we will help you guys get there. Round Rock, Texas. So if you know anybody in Austin, Texas, Steve and Gina have taken notice of the top tier team, and they are starting to go to all of your areas. So they noticed that Austin, Texas is absolutely blowing up. So they literally did this for you all. Guys, don't miss this opportunity to load up. They're going to train up. They are high energy, but it's not something to be scared of. What everyone needs to understand is that this couple is building a massive business. And so you want to plug people into them. And they're making the time just for all of us. So if you know anybody, message us, message Tori and Michelle, and Rick and I will be there, and we'll make sure that your people are plugged in, that they feel welcome, that that they feel like they're a part of something. And so that is not right. Woo, every time we try. Okay, so Tulsa, Oklahoma. Who do you know in Tulsa? Kevin and Emily Wilson are phenomenal. Their presentations,
That's Ghana.
yeah, that's tomorrow. Who do you know? They will not take your people. They're not that way. They are full of integrity. You can call your friends and say, look, you have got to lean into this couple, go or lean into this company. It's about to explode in Oklahoma. It really, really is. So get them there. And then we are going back to Harlingen. Christina, she secured Raina's down in Harlingen. So if you are down there, load your team up. Albuquerque, New Mexico absolutely exploded it last week. I mean, we got to see firsthand the leaders that are starting to develop in Albuquerque, 72 people in a room. Absolutely unbelievable. So, you leaders that are leading out there, I mean, you guys are doing an incredible job. It's all about bringing people into the room because when people see each other that they know, like here in Richmond, when people, oh, they're into it. They're wearing the technology. All of a sudden, there's a sense of urgency of this area is going to be taken. So very, very important. Okay, we'll get into meat and potatoes in a minute, but this is very, very good. The Unstoppable ends tonight as far as the money down and the payment plans and the lower price. I really liked what Shayna did last night. She said, everyone, she said, jump in with a quadruple occupancy if you know that there are going to be people that you're going to be bringing. Okay, you can put money down and then your people can split it with you as you say, hey, you and I, we are going to Orlando, Florida, August 7th and through the 9th. We want you to explode your business. And so I already have a room. You just need to come and get yourself there and then we can split the payment. So I love how she said that. We're probably going to get one more, probably a triple occupancy so that we can plug in people that we're bringing and we can say, okay, look, you can just we can put you on a payment plan so that you can already have a spot there. So huge, huge, huge single occupancy, 925 paid in full. That includes the ticket, that includes the location. So truly, guys, if you want your business to explode, you want to bring at least 20 people with you. The reason why is that you have got to think, then all of a sudden you've got 20 organizations underneath you, 10 organizations underneath you that are trained up to be leaders. And David Schmidt will be live as well. So that's going to be very, very exciting. So look at Nolan. +2 so far. He's on it, man. I can't wait for you to talk about your all in, what you got from there, Nolan. Okay. In the group chat, as we start talking about all in and the takeaways, Rick and I are going to be posting a Hawaii training that Andy Hosier did. It was really, really great. It was last night. So don't pay attention to some of the pieces because it's for his team. But the meat and potatoes, how to get to Hawaii, guys, every single one of you can get there. Everyone can get there. So the training is fantastic. And so I would say, if we're not going to be running over today at all, it's Martin Luther King Day. A lot of you all are home. Watch this training, get your people to Hawaii. There's several of you guys on here that I just saw that just joined last week, and it's time to get to Hawaii. And we're going to be working our tails off to help you get there. So the YouTube channel at Top Tier LifeWave. That's where you're going to find your Testimony Tuesdays. That's where you're going to find this training on Mondays. Right here on the Facebook group, this is where you're going to find a lot of information. Like I'll post the Hawaii training here. This is only for people that are in your organization. You don't add people that are thinking about it. Okay. And then we will add you to a group chat if you want to be added. This says Android, but it's kind of turning into anybody that wants a WhatsApp group chat. Make sure that you turn on your notifications. Okay. And here we go. So let's go over what Michelle, Dr. Tori, Rick and I have been working on. So whenever somebody jumps in, to your organization and they join, you're going to send them toptierstart.com, but you're not going to just send it to them. You are going to onboard them. So, what does that look like? I actually did a video of onboarding. Scroll down, and right here, how leaders onboard and duplicate successfully. See this? This is your newest onboarding video. It's 22 minutes. How are you going to onboard your people using the top tier link? So, there's a welcome video, who you're partnered with, and then what we added is the School for Library Resources. We've been patiently waiting and they're really putting it together nicely. The Library of School that Danny and Diane of Champion Makers, which is our umbrella organization, they are really putting together a great school, which is just going to be all your resources. This is your links that are grab and go. It looks overwhelming, but if you onboard your person while you're on the phone with them, Rick and I did it with 5 new people and 5 new brand partners last week. We said, okay, here's toptierstart.com, and we onboarded them. And they were like, oh, this is amazing. But sending them this could look absolutely overwhelming. So you have to acknowledge that they've never seen this before. So you stay on the phone with them and say, hey, click the Facebook link. Okay, I want you to add yourself to that group. Okay, now the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that channel. Okay, and then this is the WhatsApp. Save Brittany's number, save Rick's number, because if you ever want to message them, you can, right? And then you just scroll down with them. Go through every single step. You don't have to watch the videos, but remember, talk to them about the steps. Just 20 seconds per step. I want to know your why. I want to know how much money you want to make a month. What is your goal? Why is that your goal? Because if you know your team, then you can lead your team. But if you don't know your people, you can't lead your people. Yeah, you're stuck. Okay, this right here is some things that we added. Okay, so when it says how to invite to your launch, there are different launches also other than your Zoom launch. There's also a social media launch. And I started thinking, I was like, man, I went back through the steps because it's so easy to forget. Rick and I launched our business with social media, right? And so we went on, and here's some curiosity ideas using AI that Rick and I posted a picture of us holding the patch. We didn't say LifeWave's amazing.
We didn't say X39.
We didn't say X39. We did something that was something that would intrigue people. So here's some social media post ideas. So there you go there. So if you want to launch on social media, and then how to do an in-home launch. Like Nolan tonight is doing a presentation for, I believe, about 25 people. I know Nolan knows this thing like the back of his hand already. He knows what to do, how to say it. He already has the presentation, and he just started 3 months ago, right? So these in-home launches are really amazing. That training right there. Then if you scroll down, we're just going over the things that we've added. The patch with purpose. So when a PC, when a preferred customer joins, you're going to send these. Doesn't that make it easy? When you enroll someone and they say, I'm not ready to be a brand partner, or if you are a doctor on here, we're going to have your own link tree, but it's good to know that if a preferred customer joins, you're not sending them this. You're sending them this. You're sending them the start. So that's how to start X39. That was amazing by Aaron. And then patch with purpose so that they can start sharing their testimonies, how long to wear the patch, and also a health tracker. So this makes them feel like they are a part of something already. And then put in your calendar that you want to love them and you want to get them, you want to follow up with them. Did you get your patches? How are you feeling? Did you already start? And then if someone wants to get enrolled, you obviously enroll them and you help them launch their business and get them plugged in. Okay, so that's what we added here. And then how leaders onboard and duplicate successfully. I would highly suggest that you watch this. several times because already we're getting 2 people to manager today that just started on Saturday. Today. Yeah. So that just started on Saturday. So, okay, here's your newest presentation that under your grab and go presentation. So here's your script of what to say. And you have had, there's some incredible, we would love to hear that, not me, that actually for did a presentation yesterday. There's Brooke, Dr. Duggar, and there's Dr. Tori himself. Michelle put this together where Rick ends with the business. We talk about the future of LifeWave, and guess what's incorporated? The video of the patch. So a 26-minute presentation that is going to really blow everyone's mind. It's right here on the grab and go presentation. So you've got a 12-minute of Dr. Tori. You've got a 26-minute with medical professionals and the business. And it talks about this is it team. And then you've got your other presentations that are all here ready for you to impact lives. So that 26-minute, more science needed. Somebody says, I need more science. This is what you can send them. Okay. If they can't believe a neuropsychologist, there's nothing you can do. Okay. There's nothing that you can do other than love them. So it's just what it is. But the patents, the studies, the testimonies, more science needed, and then your testimonials. So your testimonials are right here, and you don't want to share the whole link. If somebody says, well, what about knee issues or arthritis? The answer is yes. Go and find a testimony between YouTube, This Is It team, and this. You should, and our Testimony Tuesdays, you should not be concerned about finding anything else. Okay, your leaders, your Spanish leaders, Priscilla and Josh, they're absolutely killing it. They are absolutely exploding. They're starting to build in Mexico. They did an incredible presentation, Priscilla did. And then here's your champion makers Espanol that Danny put back together, and it is much more put together for all your people that speak Spanish that join you. There's your links, your trainings, your book of the month, all your forms and downloads. Okay, there's your forms and downloads, and then your business industry strategies. So if you have somebody that is a hairstylist, you're not going to just turn around and send them this hairstyle strategy and say, we need to talk. That's not what you need to do. You need to call them and say, hey, I came into an incredible opportunity. And when I looked at this technology, it is going to blow your mind. All of your clients need this. And this can set you up for success. I would love to talk to you. Will you watch a quick video? You can send them a quick video on the technology. Then you can say, look, this is going to blow your mind. When I put this together for hairstylists, you came to my mind. You could absolutely kill it. And take a look at this, guys. This literally says, hey, 70% retention. This is how much they will make month 1, month 3 if they lean into this, month 6 if they lean. Look, guys, look at this. Month 6, all of a sudden they activate their binary. Month 12, month 24 if they lean into this. Now, obviously, this is a perfect scenario, but hello, I mean, this is amazing, right? And then it even includes a script on how they can speak to other stylists and sign up other stylists. Guys, it's everything that they could possibly want, but you just don't blindly send this. Okay. Anything there?
I mean, this is just such a great tool for, like I said, this one for stylists, but for all the other professions. People always ask, well, what does it look like? This paints the picture exactly and gives them a detailed explanation of what they need to do.
Yeah,
I mean, this stuff is gold when you really look at it.
It really is. I mean, there is no reason why people don't want to make an additional income. So even if they say, I love this, I don't want to quit, you know, that's fine. Don't quit your job. Bring in additional income. So if you guys want more, if there's any like others that you want to add in, like look at this, somebody that does injections. Okay. This is going to be huge of, hey, if they do injections, why would they want an X39 and an Eon or an Alavita? Why is Eon necessary along X39? This gives them all the reasons as to why they would want to impact those that they love. I mean, or those clients that I mean, look at this. Somebody that does like injections, like glutathione or Botox.
Okay.
He knows Botox well because I get Botox. But he's like, oh yeah. But so there you go. So and then there's your compensation information. So we added all of that in. So when somebody says, how do we get paid? You can click it and send it. So hopefully this really helps you guys and that you guys have I know that we've been going over it a couple times, but we feel like it's really important for you guys to know your tools. Um anything there?
So yeah, just to share, it's something we talk about quite a bit. Sorry, I'm still moving from the sun. People ask, hey, what are some things you did to be successful, or what helped you so much when you started in this business? Because we didn't do this before. But the one thing that we learned pretty quickly is if you don't onboard people, that is the biggest key. That is the biggest opportunity people have. Duplication can only happen if people are given the right stuff to duplicate, right? You have to duplicate what's working. So if you onboard your people and you give them all the tools and then you touch base with them and you continue to work with them, that duplication is most likely going to happen. But what happens a lot of time is people will say, oh, they don't want to work the business right now, or they're not interested, or I don't want to bother them with it. This is too much. And they just don't do it. You're basically that time is going to then lapse. And all of a sudden, we run across people all the time that says, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know this stuff happened. I didn't know this Zoom was there. I didn't know about Testimony Tuesday. All that time has passed in between since they've been in, and that's what slows people down.
Yeah.
So onboarding is absolutely important. Getting to Orlando is absolutely important. We've learned that, like I said, we learned it the hard way the first time when we sat there and we wish we had more people in because we saw everyone else's business explode who were at the conference. And it's funny, it's an investment in yourself, right? I hear people talk about they want to make 7 figures. I hear people, I got to make 6 figures, but you're struggling you wouldn't bet 3 figures on yourself. You've got to invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. If you want to make big money and you don't trust yourself and you don't bet on yourself with a 3 figure decision, then you're going to have a hard time making 6 or 7 figures.
Yeah. Yeah. If you think about it, yeah, because now that you say that, even within the car
And
business,
yeah, it is like I
you
said,
did it, you
sometimes
did it in the
it
car
sounds
business.
rough, but most people you say, would you bet on yourself? The answer should be yes, right?
Yeah. So anything with that, Michelle?
Yeah, I mean, you all, this is amazing, the tools that Brittany and Rick have put together for you. It's use them because it makes a difference. You want to equip your team to succeed, and all the tools that you need are here. And so, and one thing Rick kind of touched on it a little bit, but one of the things I've heard from some of our brand partners is that, well, I know they won't want to do the business. Don't assume anything because you don't know. They may very well be needing some extra income and you don't know that because most people aren't going to share that. So just don't have any preconceived notions of who you think will or will not do this business. Because I'll tell you, the people I thought that were going to run with this didn't. The people that I thought maybe wouldn't really do it, just use the product, ran with it. So don't have any preconceived notions. That's probably what I would add to that. And absolutely use the tools. Brittany has put together such an amazing platform for healthcare professionals, for a hairstyle. I mean, nobody else has that. And your team has it. So it's amazing. And we're going to keep fine tuning everything. We're going to keep adding more tools for you all to succeed.
Yeah, and that's so good. I mean, and we're open, like Michelle, like we are open to change. So if something doesn't look right, or you say this is really confusing on the link, we need you to simplify this. We need to know. Because when you're the creator, your brain may not function like 99% of the rest of everyone. And so this is a family effort.
Mhm.
This is a family effort. So, and so,
It's not going to be perfect for every personality all the time and everyone's understanding, but we can help walk through it. We can help get you through it. And if not, we can find the right people that can help get through it. That's a part of the team that we definitely have with this organization, is we want to see everyone successful. Every tool in there I mean, it's just an asset and you have to be able to use it, right? I kind of looked at it like if you're a mechanic in a shop and you've got this giant toolbox and you got scanners and you got all the things, but you're only using one tool. One tool does not get you all the way through, and it's not going to fix every car.
yeah. Yep. So, yeah, thank you, Michelle. That's so good. So, we're ready, guys, to run with you guys, put us to work. When you guys want your launches, offer those launches. Michelle and Tori, this is all they do, right? And so, Rick and I, this is what we do. So when you guys need those launches, we're going to do our best that we possibly can to even move things around so that we can, split and do different time, even if there's two at the same time. So hopefully I don't know why, Rick, why is this video?
Because it's an Apple, once again.
It is not because it's an Apple. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Can everybody see everybody? Sorry. Okay. So, Michelle, can you guys see everybody? Like, is that
Yes.
okay?
Yes,
Okay.
I can see everybody.
Okay, good. Okay, so fantastic. Okay, so what we would love to do now is open it up. There is the replay available for All In. Okay, and so the replay, what we would like to do is everybody just kind of come on together. We know that we're 1 week behind, but the link tree was really important to go over last week. But now that the all-in replay is available, let's talk about the highlights so that you guys, because I know that most of you guys cannot take 16 hours and watch a whole replay if you guys missed last week, but you guys purchased it. So Nolan, can you start with what things, because I know you're newer and this was your first event, and what were some of the takeaways that you received from this?
Hey, I'd love to. Is it possible for me to share a screen, my list?
Yep, sure is. I'm going to make you a co-host.
All right.
Yep, there you go.
All right. So what I want to share. Good morning, everybody. It was so exciting, such a great weekend. I took my brother with me, Gilbert, some of y'all met, super great guy. And we just loved, like I said, there's so much information coming at you, which is incredible, but the opportunities for networking, the excitement of being in the room, whether in the actual room or just out at lunch or on break or whatever. And so I've just put together just kind of a page full of things that I've jotted down from my notes. Principles about you got to be consistent and persistent, the importance of those two qualities. I'm going to go quickly because so others can go. To duplicate, keeping it very simple. So as Brittany just said, others that are learning from you can do what you've modeled for them. There's no coddling to this. It does take work. It's going to be up to your effort. I mean, all the system and tools are there. We've got to get busy and apply it. I love this next one. Mass times velocity is what builds momentum. So it takes movement. It takes action. We've got to be doing that. You got to love people more than money. So as somebody said, a dollar sign is not your why. You need to dig deeper for your answer. If we're not in this to help people, both on the health side, financial side, if that's their interest, but it's about helping. What can I do for that person? As Brittany often says in his letter, Melissa, who is on your heart? Who do you love? This next one was great. Confidence is not a prerequisite. A lot of people are held up. They're afraid to act. I'm not sure I could do that or I'd be good at that. It's a byproduct of action. Confidence will come. It will build. It will grow in you over time. If you go and do a meeting like I'm going to do tonight, my first time speaking to a room full, I just got to do it, get that first one out of the way, and it's going to go great. I'm excited about it. Man, it was so funny. Forgot who came up with this and about our dormant work cells and made that parallel.
Danny McDaniel.
Annie McDaniel, those going to sleep. And so that was used then throughout the 2 days. It's a very time freeing what we're doing, making this commitment. I love that. It's part of my life reset that I'm doing. I think it was Rick right here that said this next one. Freedom has a price, right, Rick? And it's called discipline. Discipline. You got to stay at it. You got to work at it. What you're not changing, you're choosing. That's a great principle in so many areas of life. Certainly is going to apply here. And then as far as developing your purpose, just filling out the sentence, I'm building this LifeWave business so that I can what? What do you want to achieve? Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? Several talked about the moral obligation to share. It's, I've got this thing, it's helping me. How could I not share that with somebody I love or I'm interested in? You got to follow up and assume the close. Don't just leave it dangling and leave them out there and they never come on board. Get back with them. As she talked about in the beginning, we're a family or a framily, right? That's the connection, so that we're not doing this alone. We've got all these people. I met 500 people in a room in Vegas, or most of them tried to. That was very cool. Keeping it simple so it can be repeated. The fact the cell phones don't dial themselves, you got to pick it up and do the work. Who's on your heart? I think as Rick again asked pointed questions, then listen to the response and you take the conversation from there. Heard all these things there. Set bigger expectations on yourself. If you think small, you're going to have a small business. If you think big, you can achieve that. Learning about the compensation, building depth, you need to drive those 3 strong legs. We're signing people up all across, but drive towards those 3 strong ones. And then the enemies of direct sales, time and distraction. So knowing these things to try to avoid those things and stay on track. I love being there. It was exciting. Loved all the ones of you that perhaps I met there. Look forward to seeing you again. We're going to Orlando.
Oh, Nolan, thank you so much. That was just so good. So good. I mean, what did you think about David? Well, you weren't able to, you had to watch the replay of David Schmidt. That's right. I forgot.
Right.
What did you think about the replay? Have you had a chance to watch it yet?
Oh, yes. I've looked at several of his videos, since then, since we missed that last part, getting out of town. That was a story in and of itself, running through the airport, but that's another day. Wow. It was great. It was a great decision to go and to be there.
Yeah, it's just so good. Guys, so thank you, Nolan. Thank you. Okay, who else wants to share? Is there anybody else that can share what their takeaways were when you watched it? Anyone? Let's see. Want to share our screen?
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. You guys can unmute yourself at any time. Let me show you guys. So when you go to your mail, you should have replay. So at the very top, click replay. Your replay is there. What we would suggest, okay, is you going through and just working through just this way and really looking and paying attention to, okay, are they acknowledging somebody? What are they going over? Like this one was so good. Steve talking was so good. But just go through, fast forward. If you cannot watch all of them, like Danny and Diane, that was fantastic. This one was good. Scott was good. And so you're just going to want to go through. Yeah, most of them were really, really good. Really good. But, this one, guys, right here, she was fantastic. Shannon was amazing. So as you go through your replay, and if you're a leader, because we were hoping to do like a family watch party, but as leaders, what we're going to ask you guys to do is have maybe a Sunday afternoon replay where you do a Zoom and you push play and share your audio and have a couple of your favorite things. right? Like Danny and Diane were good. The next one that I would say was really, really good were the plants. Rebecca Plant, Andy was fantastic. Andy was amazing. Huh?
Talking about Word Park.
No. The plants were good because they talked about the in-home meetings.
Okay.
They were teaching in-home meetings. Mike and Sai are always fantastic. This one was really good because he talked about how anyone can do this, but what they had to have was grit. And if you know anything about Mike and Sai guys, what they were doing before they found direct sales was they were actually they were our favorite from the first training ever.
Yeah.
Weren't they the ones?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah, what were they doing?
Oh, they were going to trash and picking up the trash and refurbishing. That's what they were doing when they came to direct sales. That's what they were doing. I think that they had like 5 children. So when they came to direct sales, you do not know who you're grabbing along the way, like Michelle said. You do not know somebody's life story behind closed doors. People are praying for this. Praying for this. Pat Davis, do you want to share? Because I know you always have good nuggets.
Oh, I just put in the chat. The key is to watch the whole thing because you just never know who's going to impact you how. I mean, something that really stood out to me and just rocked me might not do anything for someone else, and something that didn't do anything for me might rock somebody else. And especially as leaders, you never know what that nugget is that's going to be for somebody else on your team that you're going to be able to help and impact. I know Danny said, wake up the work cells, and he also said, wake up the dream cells. And then Steve Merritt piggybacked on that, and he had 2 more. I don't remember what they were, but he had waken up some other cells. So those were really good. But just overall, just the impact of hearing other people's what's important to them and what's exciting to them, and you might find something that's part of your heartbeat and your passion that you never even really knew existed that pulls it out. One of those takeaways that Nolan had was that you have to go deeper than the dollars. Well, a lot of times you don't even know what that is until somebody pulls that out of you. And I think a lot of people, did that, with the conference. So that's my take.
No, that was good. Yeah, and Olga and Javi, I don't know if because when Pat's been in this for a while, and Olga and Javi, that was the one that really woke up Rick and I. Their child, they didn't really speak a whole lot about it this last time, but their child is nonverbal. And God is using this patch for their child to now be able to speak and communicate. And that gave us a whole new why. That first time we fell in love with them, huh? And so, yeah, thank you, Pat. Tina.
The fear of running into someone that you hadn't called yet. It's like, yeah, someone that's on your list and running into them and they already know and you didn't call them. And that just really, it's kind of in my face.
Yeah.
That is so true. I mean, it is
That's
so true.
exactly so true.
It made me feel good to hear that everybody has a chicken list. I mean, guys, we're all people, and the enemy doesn't want people to be on this patch. But everyone has a chicken list. Like the fact that Gino was like, Steve knows what happens when he calls the people on his chicken list. It just had me laughing because I was like, oh my gosh, that makes me feel so much better that even leaders of the largest team in the world in direct sales have a chicken list.
Yeah.
Like what?
But I mean, that's exactly right what Tina said. If your fear of picking up the phone because of that just uncomfortable moment that you haven't spoken to them in a while, you need to shift that fear to what it's going to be like when you do see them and somebody else told them, or when you see, your fear should be that, you know what, what if I don't call this person? And what if they're going through something health wise or someone in their family is, and just the thought that you had the solution and you chose not to call them, right? Just based out of a little bit of fear. Put that person before that fear and love on them.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
I'll add to that real quick, Brittany. So
Yeah.
Dr. Tori has lost 2 of his doc friends to other people. So actually someone on our team shared with someone a doc that Tori knew. And so he's still on our team, but he didn't sponsor him. And then we have another doc that Tori, he just couldn't get to everybody fast enough. And so someone else, a cousin of ours, same champion makers, but a cousin of ours signed up one of my husband's friends that is a doc, and we found out that he was signed up with someone else. So it happens very quickly. The word is getting out, people are sharing. So you can't procrastinate on your list. You have to get busy and call people as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's true. It was funny because Dr. Afshan, it will probably be on next Monday, but I think all of you guys have seen how viral Dr. Afshan went. Her husband is Walt Anderson, so he had his patch on his hand, and she was like,
He was on the NFL.
he was on the NFL Network yesterday because if you guys don't know, we've got some major people, like all of us have some major people in our organization, but here's the deal. This is something that, and Ashlon and I were talking about this, just a couple days ago. She's like, unless people plug into the system, it won't work. It doesn't matter who you know.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who you know, right? And putting them on a Zoom and then pulling the "Will you honor me" card. Will you honor me when you do say yes? That's going to be very important, especially for those smaller cities like ours. It's a smaller city. So it was like, will you honor us? And people are honoring us and coming back to us. So it's really a numbers game, guys. How many people can you impact or put in front of a Zoom and follow up with? Kim. Fearless Kim, who hosted at our house.
Yes. And thank you for that. That was wonderful. By the way, the watch party was great, and it brought so many of us together, not just my personal team, but other people that are also on the top tier team and that were able to come in and join, and building relationship and getting people to know each other, that you're hearing all these names, but putting a face to the name and knowing that we're all family. But I had some things. I just highlighted some of my notes to go over. And I know Nolan kind of went over a few of them, and I'll just skip over those. But passion will drive you. What are you passionate about? What does God put in our hearts? And that will lead you to discipline. You get discipline because you have that passion. And what are you willing to fight for? I mean, not only what, but I put who am I willing to fight for? So I need to really consider that. What am I willing to fight for, and who am I willing to fight for? And then motivations fade, but decisions don't. Something about making that decision, it has such a big impact on where you're going when you just decide to do it. I'm going to do this, and suddenly it starts to happen. We need to put actions to our thoughts. What is the purpose? To put actions to ourselves so that whatever it is that we're going for, and also 42% more likely to reach a goal by writing it down. I like the quote, you can't have big dreams with small vision or work ethics. $1 million dream, you're not going to get $1 million dream with a $3 work ethic. It's just not going to work. And let's see. Fear. I know Carrie said fear. Face everything and run. Just get over it. I always tell my team and even myself from day one, if we can just get 10 seconds of courage, we can jump over the fear and doubt and go. We have to make that decision though, to just get over it. And it's just a few seconds of it and we get past it. I like this because I want to encourage my team. I want to believe for people, and I do. Everybody that comes my way, I just want to believe so much for them. And another quote was, I will believe in you until you can believe in yourself. And just keep encouraging people. You just never know with the next moment or the next thing, or what they need, but we've got to keep encouraging others. And sometimes you have to believe for them, especially as a leader. Let's see. Speak life and faith. Speak where you are going. Negative is a time distraction, and God set us up for major success. Abundant life is not little living. If He brought us to it, then He has, that abundant life includes what He's brought us to, and He's brought us all to LifeWave. And we have everything we need. He has set us up for success. So we need to honestly believe and not doubt that we are set up for success and that God is the one that put us here. He's not going to walk out on us. So there's mine.
That is so good. Yes. And guys, I mean, just something about Kim, who's just absolutely an incredible leader, is she has been through so much this last year. Last year was just the hardest year for her and several on our team. And Kim just continued to just love her people. And Rick and I were talking about that on stage. That really hit me. And Kim, I was thinking about you on stage when I thought about you. All of us go through things in life, right? Everyone goes through things. And we can choose to be derailed or continue on the path that we know God, because God never changes His ideas, right? He doesn't change His ideas. So what we have to remember is that, yes, life is going to hit us, but changing lives is where God has placed us all. So even if that means that just the 3-minute phone call, the 2-minute phone call, and just sending them a Zoom and saying, hey, I can't talk right now, but I cannot get you off my mind. You do not know why somebody is on your mind. Kim has some of the largest testimonies in all of our entire organization. And if she would not have shared still, those testimonies would not be real. So thank you, Miss Kim. Thank you, Miss Kim.
Okay. Love y'all. Love y'all.
All right. We love you. All right, Rick Francis.
So next week we have a very special guest coming on. I mean, Britt had the chance to meet him. I have not had the chance to meet him personally, but I can just tell you, Tom Ward is an absolute brilliant man. Just got some nuggets, and we're just so excited to have. I mean, the caliber of people that we've got on our team is just simply amazing. But I think Tom is just a exemplary person that you can actually. We're all just going to get so much from. Tom, do you want to unmute and just say hello and maybe give us a little preview of what we're going to be doing?
Sure, I'll be glad to. We really appreciated Brittany coming over and helping Emily and Erin, my wife and daughter, to kickstart and get things going a little bit faster for them. And after the first presentation that Brittany made, she had this slide there. And after that presentation and before the second one, I asked her a question. Well, that question led to more discussion and dialogue. And next week, I'll be sharing that question to you, the slide that she had, and how working through that can help you identify some of the people that you may want to spend more time with and invest more of your energy to get engaged with LifeWave and how it can help grow and move everything further and faster. So that's a little hint of what we'll talk about next week. It has a real ugly title. It's called The Law of Distribution of Innovation. So ignore the title, but I hope we'll have a lot of fun with that next week.
So, Tom, can you share with them just a snippet real fast of your background? Because we want you all to know, this is really, I've already read his book. Rick's read his book because I was like, oh my gosh. I looked at Rick, I was like, how are we so blessed to have somebody that just has this knowledge? Just, Tom, can you just share real quickly? Because I'm thinking about the people like Pat Davis has this massive organization underneath him of a lot of executives and a lot of people that have gone very far in life. So I think that this is going to be very attractive for all of us, like Dr. Tori and Michelle, all of us have never done this type of business before. We all have people that have jobs that, have been careers. So if you can explain kind of your background so that we can, so they know who they're listening to.
Sure. So I spent 37 years in corporate America, starting as what we called a team manager. Think of it as a supervisor with Procter and Gamble, and then working my way up and became a senior vice president of a couple of organizations in the operations, supply chain, and manufacturing management part of the business. At the what allowed me to do that was early in my career, I chose, instead of being an administrator, to become a change agent and to make sure that I was focused and learning on how do you lead organizational change? How do we improve for the people that are working there, what they're doing and how they learn and grow? So my whole mission, if you will, my personal mission was to be the teacher and coach to help leaders grow and achieve their fullest potential. After 37 years, it was time for me to move on. And I got very engaged with an individual who became my mentor. His name was Ed Foreman. And Ed had influenced my life back 25 years before that and helped accelerate my growth through a personal change management and an awareness of things that I could do better to be both a better manager and leader for organizations, but also to be a better husband, to be a better father. After those 37 years, it became, okay, what's next? Because I didn't like the term retirement. I thought it was more important to be repurposed, to find things I could do. So I took the principles of change management in organizations and working with Ed and working with another individual named Paul Gustafson, we brought the change management principles from organizational down to an individual level. And that's what the first book was all about. It's called The Power of Living by Design, and helps us identify areas in our life that we might want to make choices that help create the character and the outcomes that we want to create over our future. Because quite frankly, that becomes our legacy. So that's what the book was all about. It allowed me to then do some speaking, get actively engaged in other organizations that help people make personal change. And while you're talking today, I'm working on the next book to come out.
I love it. Well, and that's, I mean, we are all stupid dogs. Oh, here's the book. So let me see if I can spotlight us so that you guys can see the book. I could not put it down on the airplane back. I just couldn't. And Nolan said something that was really good. And Tom, I know that you're going to highlight on this next week, but there's 3 legs, right? That at least minimum. Now, Rick and I we have 29 legs of business. Rick and I do. So our goal is to have multiple lines of business.
Sure.
Okay. But the key is that we were looking for the people to spend time with. And it didn't mean that they were the people that were direct to us, right? The words are 5 levels deep. And Aaron is going to be probably one of my best friends. So really. And so when you think about this business, there are people that you will never meet unless you were in this business. That's why we've fallen in love with this business. Look at Tori and Michelle, like we would have never known them if it weren't for this business. And so I know that Tom's going to be talking about, who do you invest in? Who's worth your time? Who's worth you're going to be looking and searching through your massive army that we're going to help you create as you start doing your daily method of operation. And you tell everybody, now introduce them to me, introduce that person. You guys should be meeting every single person in your organization and should know their name and their why. Because eventually there's going to be somebody that you're going to shift gears and say, this person and I can run this up the flagpole, and this person wants it. So anything else?
Yeah, we want to hear from maybe Dr. Tori before we close out.
Yeah, before we close out, Dr. Tori.
Get me fired up.
There we go.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody.
I caught the latter part. Excuse me for being gone. We're in the process of moving. But in any event, Thursday is going to be powerful. I'm going to give pro tips on AI, on how to use it in your business. And so you won't become afraid of it. You'll understand it, and you're going to have some action steps that are just plug and play. All right, with prompts and other things of that nature. It's going to be exciting. And so you're going to be able to use that in your business just to blow it up and to trim things down and make them streamlined and to bolster it. It's a resource for you. It's not taking you over in the middle of the night and canceling you and, eating you and all the, horror movies. That's not it at all. This is going to be your companion, your business companion.
Assistant.
Assistant.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think it's your own personal assistant.
Yes, because we're not creating an agent. An agent and an assistant are two different things in this world of AI. And I'll explain all that on Thursday. But be excited. Get on there. Get your team on here because it's going to be actionable steps for AI Thursday night.
I love it.
And
There-
those training Treasure Thursdays are going to be amazing for you all. We are going to be training on things that help you grow your business, and it's going to be amazing. So we're looking forward to those. And it'll be something different every week.
It's good.
Love it.
That is awesome.
Love it. Well, let's, Dr. Tori, could you pray us out?
Yes.
And then I'm
Father,
putting,
thank you. Thank you for family. Thank you for community. Thank you for opportunity. You have given us all things under the Abrahamic covenant, and we just love you. We want to be the light of the world in every area of wherever we are. And we thank you for that. So, Father, bless each and every person on this call. Open up doors, shut the doors that you don't want us to walk through, and just bless everything that we lay our hands to. And we just want to say thank you, Lord, in Jesus' name.
Amen.
amen. Your Hawaii training from Andy is right there in the group chat if you want to grab it really fast, and we'll put it on the Facebook group as well. Thank you, Dr. Tori. And we're just so excited for this week and what is in store.